You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine, go ahead and shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling, go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
At long last, it's finally happened. A lot of people have asked for this for such a long time, and I'm very, very thankful. A lot of you were patient. I am Michael Augustine. Welcome to the very first live stream that so many people have been waiting for. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of good things coming for this channel and this stream, and I'm very happy for all of you that have joined this evening. As many of you may have looked at the thumbnail, tonight's talk is about releasing you from the prison of your mind. But I want to do a couple things first, for those of you that may be new, to talk a little bit about this channel, where it is going, what we're going to be doing, who I am, and what role you guys are going to play as part of these live streams and the videos coming on this channel. My name is Michael Augustine. I am a web designer, web developer by trade, but I also specialize in professional development marketing and lead generation for small businesses. So I help small businesses go from brick and mortar stores to the online world. And there's a lot of concepts that go with it to help the proper mindset, the business owner get the proper mindset to grow their businesses and also help in their personal and professional life. And what I've in contemplating what I was going to talk about for tonight's live stream, I took a look at a lot of comments that I received over the past year with the current events that have been going on with the bug and a few other things as far as what's happened with me personally and professionally with the busy work schedule that I have. So I wanted to provide 3 basic tips going forward that can help you today to solve whatever situation that you may have, whatever problem that you may be facing, and give you ideas of how to move forward. That's one thing that this channel is going to provide. Professional development tips, as well as tips on how you can grow your business, some technical tips, some recommendations for people to follow. We're going to have interviews. We're going to do a whole bunch of different things. But first, let me share my screen because I have something that we're going to follow here. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go full screen here. Okay, so because you probably don't want to see my face. All right. So welcome. First of all, I want to break this up before we get into the main course of what tonight's presentation is about. About the channel, the rules and regulations, and the formats going forward. I'm going to be doing live streams, and the live streams are going to focus on key areas of content plus some news and notes. And then what I'm going to do, if you have a pen and paper, I would suggest you take this down because you're getting some key nuggets here tonight, which you can do if you're doing live streams or anything for that matter when you're looking at videos. Okay. So first of all, this channel is going to be broken up into personal development, like I said. I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to do some IT stuff, video presentations, lead generation marketing. We're going to talk about that. And then what I'm going to do is with the live streams, I'm going to cut them up into key segments and I'm going to post them on the YouTube channel going forward. So you're not going to get the full live stream. You're only going to get key pieces. Now, some of those key pieces are going to leave out some nuggets, because I believe in further live presentation, live focus groups, that kind of a thing. So it's enticing you to come here when I do have these. And then we're going to dive into the meat and potatoes, if you will, of tonight's presentation. Okay. First of all, I want to give a shout out to 2 key groups: the CIA, which are our confident, intelligent, assertive men out there, And the FBI, which is our feminine, beautiful, inspirational women. These are our fans and these are our moderators for this channel. Rules are simple. You will respect people that are in this channel. You will treat people with the utmost dignity. The moderators have full control of what they want to do for these people. If you have questions during the live stream, I will take questions at the end of the live stream. You'll have instructions of how to submit your questions. The moderators will take care of those. And like I said, if this channel is a no BS type of channel, we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be educational, short and sweet, because I have a busy schedule and so does everybody else. And I'm going to take recommendations going forward. There's going to be a way that you're going to know how to get more information, even outside of YouTube, because we have a lot of great things coming. I have a website being built. I'm going to be producing some courses that you're going to be able to have and purchase to learn how to do a couple of different things over the course of the year. Well, I'm going a little bit ahead of myself, but just to let you know what's coming. Now, if you do violate the rules of the channel, let me go back here to my screen so you can see me. If you do violate the rules of the channel and the moderators deem that you should be banned, I'm not going to argue. As a matter of fact, here's what I say to that. Nice knowing you. Good luck. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on that going so far? I see we have Real Tax Talk in the house. I see we have Aurora's Eateries in the house. Shell's here. A few others. Go ahead and put it in the chat right now if you have any questions. If not, we'll get started. Okay. Well, we'll get moving here. All right, going back to sharing screen. Let's see. All right. Rule number 1. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you. When I was born, the doctors told my parents that I would not live past several hours, maybe even days. For some of you that don't know, I have a condition known as cerebral palsy, and I was a preemie at birth. And the doctors didn't know if I would survive. Well, 45 or so years later, all those doctors are presumed dead, and I'm still here. When I was growing up, I believe I never walk or talk or do anything. I was in remedial classes in school, classified as a term that we won't use on this channel. But every time when somebody told me that I couldn't do something, put my mind to it and I showed them that they were wrong. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you. How many times in your whole life have you been told you can't do something? You'll be told so many different things. You'll be given a lot of titles in your life. I believe that when people do that, everybody's rooting for me to win, even those that don't know it. And no matter what, it serves as a mode of inspiration for other people, even including myself, because sometimes I amaze myself. I want you to think about that for a minute. Now, I don't understand what events that you have in your life. I don't know what you're going through. I don't even know how it's impacted you physically, emotionally, spiritually. There's only one thing that I do know. I know how to be me, and I do it well. At one point in my life, I had needles put in my legs. 20 needles in my left leg. The needles had electrical current into them. And they were designed to monitor the electrical muscle activity. So when they put the needle in, they would stimulate the electrical current to be able to match it to the brain electrical current. A little bit too technical, but that's how I understood it. So when they would turn the knob up, my legs would jump and I'd be like freaking out if they turn it down. I used to say, well, I guess I'd had shock treatments and I enjoyed them. I don't know. I mean, I just felt really weird. But that showed a lot. It showed what I could do, what I couldn't do physically as far as walking. So I've had so many different things. That's just one of the many different things I've had done to me. So my point being is I don't understand what you've gone through. So I don't want you to assume that what I've gone through applies to your situation. The rules apply to your situation, though. No matter what happens in my life, I am a married person with a beautiful wife. When I went to college, I was told that I wouldn't make it. I went to try to apply for college, got denied everywhere I wanted to apply to, and discovered I didn't have remedial math skills, reading skills. And through some state help, I was able to get into the college door. And they said, as long as you pass your first classes, we'll admit you. So I got out of high school, had 2 weeks off vacation, went into college right after that to do algebra, calculus. I think calculus, I can't remember. But if I didn't pass those, I wouldn't make it. At the end of the summer, I got a B plus, and I was admitted to college that year. I graduated in 2001 with a computer science degree. What I learned from that is no matter how bad life is, you can choose to live the life that you want to live. No matter what situation it is, you can choose in your mind how you want to deal with the situation. And I chose to live a life of strength, positive attitude. And tonight, that's what this presentation is about. 3 ways that you can unlock yourself from the prison of your mind where you say, I can't do it. Or if you're a person that pities themselves, pity prevents potential. Think about that. Pitying yourself prevents potential. If you can remove pity from your life, you'll start to unlock freedoms that you never thought possible. And that's what I choose. Every morning when I get up, I'm glad that I got up. I'm glad that I can breathe. I'm glad that I have friends, and I'm glad to be where I'm at today. This leads to rule number 2. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. It's gone backwards on me here. Hold on. There we go. Hang on a minute. Let me stop the share screen because I hit a button and I shouldn't have done that there. There we go. Too many keys. I use my arrow keys. There we go. Let me share the screen again. Rule number 2. You are not your condition. You're not who you think you are. You are who you want to be. I don't consider myself disabled. I'm just, sure, I'll take the handicap parking privileges. Okay? Sure, I'll do that. But I choose not to walk or talk or feel that way. I believe that I was born to rid the world of insecurity. Think about that. Ridding the world of insecurity. We spend most of our life trying to look for validation, external validation from people, how we live, how we breathe. And all that does is bring us down. We have to learn to love ourselves for who we are. The biggest thing that happens because of this rule is people bully themselves. You feel you're not good enough, or this is wrong, or that is wrong. It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think. You live a life of purpose. What value do you bring in this world? And your condition could be used to bring that value out. I am blessed that I have cerebral palsy. It inspires people. It's brought me here. I met or will meet you. There are things in your life that can inspire another person. I was coming into work one day and I walk with crutches and I'm going across the floor, and one lady stopped me and she said, "Every time I see you," she said, "you're the reason I come to work every day. Because no matter how bad my life is, I see you and you're one of the reasons I get up in the morning." I didn't even know who the lady was. I didn't know. I had no idea. The key is that you can use your condition, your situation, as a learning experience, as a way to help yourself grow and to inspire others. I look at it this way: you are not your condition, because the biggest problem is the refusal to adapt. I think adaptation is freedom. Because when you adapt to the situation, okay, I got this problem. How do I work around it? And you constantly look at that, and in your eyes, and feel it in your mind and hear it over and over. Yeah, your mind has feelings. Think about it. You can get over anything, because when you live a life of positivity and accept who you are, and know how to deal with it, you'll surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that will embrace you. You want to learn from them. Tell me if I'm making sense in the chat, folks, with whatever I'm saying tonight. Give me a thumb. Let's give a thumbs up here, okay? If not, you can ask your questions in later. We'll see if we can get it resolved. You are not your condition. So no matter what your condition is, and no matter what, you can choose to believe in yourself. That's the first part. Believing in yourself and accepting it in your heart. This leads me to the third point. I'm going to give a minute here. Third point that I have. I'm going to tell you what the real prison is. It's your mind. Everything I talked about tonight is a mindset. It's a complete mindset. There are some of you that I have met that are watching this video right now. And for those of you that haven't watched the video yet, I hope to meet you someday. Your mind and your body don't get along. So if you can control your mind, everything else is second nature. I have problems, but I enjoy life. I just enjoy life. I don't worry about what other people think or say or do. The way you get out of your mind, being locked in your mind as a prison, is follow your heart. Use your heart to free yourself. Your heart sends you emotional possibilities. If you can learn, this is the key, to master your emotions. There are many, many people that are smart, rich. How many times have you turned the news on and you hear about, this person, something happening to them, or, bad things may have happened. I'm not going to go into it here on the YouTube channel. I'm sure you can think about what I'm talking about. So many smart people are unhappy because they're locked in the prison of their mind. They believe they're not worthy. They bully themselves. Everybody wants to be loved no matter what the situation is. That's the key here. Rule number 1, never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you, which means if somebody tells you can't do something, do it. Even if you think you can't, do it. Try. You might learn something out of it. It may lead to other possibilities. Like with this live streaming. Here I am. The world is in front of me. The doors are open now to different possibilities. I didn't think I could do it. I did it. I'm not my condition. I honestly think that if it wasn't for me having the condition I have, I wouldn't be where I am today, right here, right now, talking with you. My story is something I can share to other people. Your story is something you can share to other people. I'm pausing here because I want you guys to think about this. Everybody wants to be loved. And I think every person that I run into that has a problem, physical, mental, spiritual, whatever it may be, is something even I can learn from that inspires me to be better. The point being is, don't look at your problems as a detriment. Problems lead to possibilities. And it's your mindset that opens the door to those possibilities. That's the real prison right up here. You have to be open to hear from other people that are inspiring to you. Accept new ideas. Take thoughts and feelings of your mind and transfer them to your heart. This blood vessel is pumping, keeping your self alive, allowing you to express your free emotions. So if you're sitting at home and you're saying, why me? And wondering what's next, You can say today, you can say to yourself today, tell your mind this: I'm going to change. My life is going to change. I get up in the morning and I say, my life is going to change. Okay, how's it going to do that? One day at a time, one step at a time. Whether it be looking at who the friends are you have in your life that are negative to you, get them out of the way. Get them out of the way. You don't need them. Whether it be the situations of your life, maybe a bad job, make sure you have something that you can replace it with. But the point being is get the negative out of your life, which way you can do it. It may take some time, but that's work that you got to do for yourself. You've got to live with your heart, control your mind, and that is ultimately what's going to free you from your situation. Because when you're at peace with yourself, that's your first step of healing, in my opinion. When you master your emotions, only then will you be set free. Your heart gives you a choice. And you can control your behavior with that choice. And it's the behaviors, your habits produce the results that you're looking for. Or you may not be looking for. If you don't like the results you're getting, change your habits. So the 3 rules that we talked about tonight. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower you. You are not your condition, which means you can be whoever you want to be, regardless of what physical, mental barriers are in your way. It may not turn out the way you want, but the situation always leads to better things. And most importantly, your mind. And you can control your mind by utilizing your heart to free yourself. You can be a better person. So that concludes the 3 rules. We're going to take a couple of minutes. I'll give you about 10 minutes. We can answer questions. And then we'll call it a wrap. So what we're going to do now is I'll just take about 2 or 3 minutes. If you have a question about tonight, put it in the chat with a Q on the front, and I'll take a moment to answer a few questions, or if you have a few comments, okay? So with that, let's take a few moments to answer questions, and I'll be right back. So get your questions in the chat for the moderators, and I'll be right back.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
All right. I don't necessarily see any questions in the chat, so I guess you guys really understand what I was talking about here. But if you don't mind, I'm going to share a couple of the comments that I see that I do like. Sorry, I got my head down here. I'm looking at the screen. Real Tax Talk says, too many times have I been told I wouldn't be able to do certain things, and I proved myself wrong by empowering myself to go do it anyway. Exactly. That's a real big comment there. Let me pull my head back. There we go. One thing you got to remember, though, Real Tax Talk is once you empower yourself, there are people out there that give advice. So I would always recommend that you may not necessarily have to agree with it, but always hear them out. Once I've gotten strong myself, I don't want to have, I was younger. I was always accused of being a little bit of a hothead, but, long term, let me hide this. There we go. Long term, though, I realized that, whether or not I agree with people, I always want to hear them out and hear what they have to say. And I've gotten some good advice over the years. And, one of the things was, go out there and be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Read books. Learn new things. The internet's your world. You can learn a lot of different things. And, just learn to grow in areas you never thought possible. If that makes sense. Shelley Edwards says, I live this every day, being more than my medical diagnosis. That's exactly right. And sometimes you'll even impress the doctors. Because they can learn from you. You are that medicine sometimes. The impossible is possible, in my opinion. Real Tax Talk says he understands completely, and that basically the three tips I was talking about earlier. So that's great. That's great. A couple of things I want to point out. This live stream will then be on for a short period. I will then take it and I will splice it, and then I will put it up on a YouTube channel. What I would also recommend is you guys go back through the video, because I'm going to have a couple other nuggets in that video that you're not getting here today. The best is yet to come. I want to thank all of you guys for attending tonight. I hope this was very valuable to you. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if it was. Also, leave a comment in the comment section. I want to hear from you. I want to know if this was of any value to you. And keep an eye out for future things. Oh, Barbara White's in the house. Barbara White says, hola, running in. Great. Randy Spencer says, if you haven't already, please subscribe and press that like button. Thank you, Randy. That's very nice of you to do that. Does anybody else have any other questions for me? We got a couple more minutes. I could go a couple more minutes here. If not, we'll call it a wrap. Barbara's going to catch the replay. All right, Barbara. Well, here's the thing. It's going to be up for a short period. Then I'm going to take it down, and then part of it's going to be spliced. Give you guys a few more minutes. I take it with that, you guys are all experts. Nobody wants to ask me any questions, huh? And I also want to know, is this some things that, is this areas that you want to hear more about? Does this help you? Or do you want me to focus on a different topic? I want to know that too. So, Barbara says, duly noted. Okay, well, on that note, I thank you all for coming out. Do tune into the replay. Oh, Randy says, what I talked about, Mike, was very true. Well, thank you, Randy. And when is the next live? Well, that's something you're going to have to wait for, because here's why. I'll have a way for you guys to keep in touch with me to know when the next live is, because YouTube sometimes doesn't tell you when you are going live, even though you hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. So I have come up with ways to keep you guys informed, but you're going to have to watch the replay to know how that works, because I'm going to add that piece in. I'm talking over the comment. I gotta remove it. I come up with a way that you can have people communicate with you on a more personable level. I don't want to give it away here. So I would advise that you watch the video when it comes back up, because at some point in the video, I'm going to throw it in there. So that way you'll know when my next live is going to be. Any other questions? Comments? Concerns? I'll give a few more minutes. I think I will say this. Trying to think how I want to phrase it. Never sell yourself short. And always be open to growing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. That's what the best version of yourself is. And I know I talked about that a little bit earlier, but I see a lot of potential in people that don't see the potential for themselves. And this video may or may not help you, because you have to decide it for yourself. I can't decide it for you. I've only wanted to talk about this topic because of what I've seen over the past year and from the people that I've talked to. So I'm hoping somewhere, somehow, this topic will at least inspire someone to become the best version of themselves or start that journey. All right, folks. Well, on that note, I thank you all for coming out. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe button if you want more. There will be some videos and there will be some live streams. So, look out for those. And with that, I wish you all a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Lune. Yeah. Lune. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, yeah, de corazón. De corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.